to be great. You got to work at it, right?
What up, football fans all over the world? It's your boy, MacDaGiantsFan. This is the True Blue Aftermath. Let's go. As y'all see, I'm going to be joined by the homie Big Lou in a minute. But let's talk about it, New York Giant Nation. Y'all jokers, I tell you, y'all can fuck up a wet dream, I tell you. A week ago, this team had an opportunity to potentially secure the #1 overall pick in the draft. You go out to win a meaningless road game out in Las Vegas. Okay, so be it. It is what it is. You didn't slip no further down than the #2 overall pick. So you come into this game, Dallas Cowboys. I get it. It's the Dallas Cowboys. Mac, you should be excited. You should be excited you beat the Dallas Cowboys. You hate the Cowboys. I do. I hate the Cowboys with a passion. And under normal circumstances, I'm never going to be upset about a victory over the Dallas Cowboys. But here we are in a game in which if we lose, we are going to be the #2 overall pick in the draft, which gives us an opportunity to trade out of that pick and really, really build up some major draft capital, which this team so desperately could have used. You know, and here we are. We go out there and we pridefully win a game against the division rival Dallas Cowboys, a game that means absolutely nothing. Do you feel better about yourself, Giants? Instead of only being a 3-win team, you're a 4-win team. Do you feel much better about that situation, New York Giants? Because you could have been a #2 overall, had #2 overall draft pick, and now you got the #6 overall draft pick, and that's only because Cleveland went out there and pulled off a little bit of an upset today. So that kept you from falling all the way down to 7. So this is the frustration with this team. It's frustrating to know that Joe Shane looks like he's going to be back and kind of, still pulling a few strings here, whatever. That's already bad enough. But then to go out there and just, like I said, you want to go out there and you want to be all hyped up. You want to be all fired up and go out there and beat the Dallas Cowboys in Week 18 in a game that meant absolutely nothing. It's just frustrating to me. It bothers me, and I'm tired. Like, do we want to get better? Are we serious about getting better? Because you had it right there in your hands. All you got to do, man, you go out there, you play the young guys. I'm not saying completely lay down, but go out there, play the young guys, have a little bit of fun. But understand, winning is not the real main objective here. And here we go, 2 wins to end the season, and now here we are, go from potentially being #1 overall pick a week ago to now we're about #6 at best. #6. Like, come on, man. Lou, what's good with you, Lou, man? How you doing this afternoon, bro? Maybe you got a little tied up real quick, but look, this is just to me what the Giants do, man. They did the same similar things last season as well, man. Very similar style where we still had a #3 overall pick when it was said and done last year, but we could have even had, increase your options.
Nah.
Look what the Browns got for the Jags last year in that trade,
bro.
Just to get Travis.
To answer your question, honestly, I'm irate because of the same thing you just said when you started the show. We had the #1 overall pick. Granted, we're not looking for a quarterback this year, but other teams are, and there's 2 of them that can potentially go #1 and #2. So you keep that #1 pick and you trade it away and get everything you possibly can for it. But no, you go out there and win 2 meaningless fucking games against 2 teams that are obviously tanking at this point. Dak Prescott didn't even play the second half.
Nope. Sure didn't.
And the Raiders, we all saw what they did last week.
Yeah. Like,
this is the type of stupid shit the general manager should get fired for. This is the same exact reason that I'm pissed off that they're even thinking about keeping him next year. Yeah, this shit is retarded, bro.
It's crazy to me too, bro.
We need a run-stuffing linebacker. who, if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
stood at number one, you could trade back to number three or number four and get a bunch of assets for that pick and still potentially get your middle linebacker, that dog that we need to stop the run, to help this defense become elite. But no, we want to go out there and win two meaningless ass games against two teams who ain't even trying. Clearly, it was evident to drop down to number six.
And that's where I was talking about what last week with the Raiders game. Like the Raiders, I think they just clearly was trying a little harder to lose than we was. Clearly, they kind of showed that, and I think that game got to a point where it wasn't really much the Giants could do other than just fucking go ahead and win the goddamn game. But this game this week, you had, I mean, it was opportunities in this game, you know, and I thought like when we kicked that field goal from we were like inside the 5 and brought the field goal unit out on like fourth and like 2 or something like that, where we could have still got a first down. We brought the field goal, kicked the field goal. I said, okay, maybe they do understand the mission, but no. Here we go. You got these guys flying all over the place. You got Jackson Dart playing the whole game. You got, I mean, I know, granted, we had a lot of backups in anyway, as it was on offense, especially, but it to me, it was just, this is just ridiculous, man. Just to watch this team once again squander an opportunity. Like, I know draft picks aren't necessarily guaranteed hits, you know what I mean? But they still can open up doors for you if you pick the right guys. And the fact you had an opportunity to hang on to that number 2 overall pick, that's still almost just as good as having the number 1 overall pick. And especially when you got a couple of good quarterbacks coming out that are going to be coveted probably at the top end of the draft. And here we go now. We fall back down to the number 6 spot. And sure, we'll probably still be able to acquire somebody really good at number 6. I mean, obviously we should be able to, but there's so much more we
Should.
could have. We
Should.
so
Should is the key
more.
word.
Yeah,
With a general manager like
done.
Joe Shane and his drafting history since he's been here, should is the key operative word there.
Yeah, because you're right. You never know with Joe Shane. You never know. It's literally could be a crapshoot. You ain't lying about that, bro. It's frustrating, man. As a Giants fan, like I said, normally I'm always gonna be pumped up for a win against the Cowboys. We ain't been doing much of that lately, beating the Cowboys lately. But this was not the time to do it today.
At
Today
all.
wasn't the time to prove a point.
At all.
Today wasn't the time to suck it up and have some pride because you've been absolutely
No,
garbage for the
and then
last couple of years in the division.
and then
Alone,
the way they're gonna try to dress it up pisses me off even more. Oh well, you know Mara is fighting cancer. He's been fighting cancer all season. Why y'all ain't play like that all fucking season? Don't give me that shit now.
yeah, I feel you, man. It's like I said, today to me was about some kind of personal bullshit pride. I feel like these last couple of weeks have been,
No
and to
pride.
me,
This
it's
team
just
has absolutely nothing to
unnecessary.
be proud about.
Yeah,
Nothing.
exactly. That's the point I'm making. You have nothing to be proud about. So, like I said, okay. So instead of being a 3-win team, you're a 4-win team, or instead of being a 2-win team,
Ooh.
you're what? Wow, gee,
Ooh.
you still fucking suck. That's the whole point. You are still garbage. You are still that. You are a garbage team that needs a lot of help. And now you've kind of squandered an opportunity to build a lot of draft capital that maybe could have helped this team out. I mean, like I said, nothing's guaranteed, but you just what are we doing? Like that's what we need to be playing for these last couple of weeks because that's what our season has become. But here, like I said, here we are, man. We're standing here like the New York Giants always do. You know, we won't fuck it up at the end, fuck up a good opportunity right at the end. And this is what the problem has been. Look, so Kafka, I don't think he even deserves an interview personally.
At
Sure, he's going
all.
to get one anyway. I'm sure he'll get one anyway because that just seems to be the Giants' way. But I don't think he even deserves an interview. As far as that list that leaked out of potential coaching candidates, you can kind of see if that list, if that list is truly accurate, which I like to believe it is because it came from a pretty reliable source. You know, it looks like the New York Giants are leaning in a direction of maybe wanting to bring a defensive-minded head coach in here. It seems that way from according to looking at based off of that list that leaked out. So it's a lot of different directions. We're going to know see some things tomorrow. I think the staff. I still stand on this fact that this staff needs to go. The entire staff, Joe Shane included. But look, that's a battle I can't win right now. Joe Shane looks like he's going to be here, so that it is that just I'm sucking up and deal with that. Hopefully he can bring the right coach in here and not hire one of his boys again. And let's get this thing do this thing the right way, man. I don't know if you have any thoughts on potential coaches, Lou, or
Yeah.
what we gonna do.
Go steal a head coach from somebody. If you got to give away the number 6 pick to go get Jim Harbaugh, do it.
I mean, I don't know if they give no. I don't know if the Chargers are trying to give up Jim Harbaugh right now. But I mean, they in the midst of a little, they get ready to
Well,
hit the
go get
playoffs
the
and
other
stuff.
one. Go get the one from
Well,
Baltimore.
he might become available. So let's see
That's what
what
I'm
happens
saying.
there. Yeah, he might become available. So him and Tomlin, guys like that. You see how that game goes tonight. I feel like the losing coach in that game might just find themselves available, man. I don't know.
And Mike Tomlin is his 19th straight winning season with the Steelers. If anything, it's probably more probable that Harbaugh would be the one let go.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't think either one of them would necessarily be flat out fired anyway, because it
Because
just
the Rooney family don't get rid of coaches like that, especially when you've had
nah.
19 straight winning seasons.
Yeah, they're not. They're not. I mean, these guys will be, if anything, they'll be maybe potentially asked to step down, like kind of like how what the Giants did with Tom Coughlin. They didn't necessarily just flat out
Which
you're
was spitting
fired,
in
you
his
know what I
face.
mean? But they, kind of try to finesse it a little bit, maybe. So we'll see what happens there. But boy, oh boy, oh boy, let's talk about some of these guys. I don't know anybody that might have caught my thumbnail I put together for this particular stream. I did that for a reason. Usually, I always find a Giant player to put on the aftermath thumbnail, whatever. But this week, I put Joe Shane, and then I put some of his biggest failures. I felt like along the way, along with him, and that would be like one Deontay Banks. A Jalen Hyatt. I got Evan Neal on the thumbnail. I threw Kayvon Thibodeau in there, even though I think he's obviously been a lot more productive than those other three guys. And still a guy I'd be okay with keeping around, but I still threw him on there just because he was number 5 overall pick. And to be quite frank, he hadn't lived up to that draft status either. And so I
I
just
kind of
put,
disagree with you on the Deontay Banks one. I don't think that was a failure. I think the coaches we've had have failed him because he was playing good in Wink's system.
I mean, he was, but at the end of the day, I said this a few weeks ago on I think another stream. My problem with that is I was giving him the benefit of the doubt for that exact same reason, but you're a professional. And this is the NFL. And
True.
at this level, you got to be able to step up,
Adapt.
adjust,
Yep.
and understand what you got to do. You're a professional. Everything's not going to always be rolled out. The red carpet's not going to be rolled out for you perfectly. The great players, they adapt. Everybody's not doing the things that they were just good at in college. You gotta be able, and he hasn't shown the ability to adapt. And that's why I consider him a fair. Right now, like I said, he's only giving us value on the special teams, which if you're going to keep this guy around, that's where he's right now giving us value. He seems to be a pretty productive special teamer. So, what's going on in the chat? The R23, what's going on, bro?
Yeah, Evan Neal is definitely one of his failures.
Oh, Evan Neal and Jalen Hyatt to me are his two absolute biggest failures. Those two are the biggest failures of them all. I mean, you're talking about Evan Neal didn't play a single snap this season for the New York Giants. Not a single snap this entire season. Jalen Hyatt has I think maybe 3 or 4 catches on the year or something like that, I believe. I don't even know at this point.
Got Miz calling in.
Oh, wow.
Miz, you on live with me and Mac. What's going on? Yeah, he's doing the Big Blue Aftermath.
Yeah, man.
What do you think of this pointless win today?
I'm not really angry with like these fans. I'm not upset about it. It is what it is, bro. People want to control the drift by losing by. Yo, the players play. They don't play to lose. You know how it is.
I understand that,
Like, yo,
Miz.
who didn't know that the Giants were going to win today? I think anyone with a brain knew after they won last week that they were coming to win today. And Dallas helped it. They take out Dak. They screw the Giants. And Dallas is not stupid. But listen, man, I want to be that angry. Yo, check it out. Here's my positive about it, right? The Giants have a special quarterback. Now, build around this kid. That's it.
Absolutely.
We haven't had in years.
Absolutely.
For a quarterback, bro, this kid could play. You see the type of passes he makes. You see the way he runs, the way he moves. You see the fire in his eyes to win. Now, get all the players that were injured back this year, next year, and go get some more. Add him another weapon. The biggest weapon we're gonna get right now, honestly, is not even in the draft, bro. Who's the next head coach? Bottom line.
That's a great point, Miz. That is a great point.
That's how I feel, man. I'm not mad at it because
Can't hear nothing now. But this is one of my
quarterback class is soft. And the kid from Oregon didn't even decide if he's coming out yet. You want to know why? Because when he finds out that the Jets are picking second, he's going back to Oregon.
wow.
That's what's going to happen, bro.
Well, there you have it, folks. That's Miz hot takes on the quarterback from Oregon, why he hasn't declared.
Wow. I mean, it ain't looking at me. I can see I wouldn't necessarily look. It's an honor to get in the NFL, but at the same time, man, you look at the history of the New York Jets, that ain't necessarily somewhere you feel like you really want to be. It ain't necessarily your ideal landing spot. But at the end of the day, that's just what we'll see how that all plays out. But this is another thing I wanted to bring up as I'm looking at the numbers on the day. Because the Giants, let's talk about a little bit of positives on the day. It is what it is. Giants won the game. So if you're upset how you feel about it, it's no point in dwelling on that. Let's talk about the positives today. And Miz brought up one big one, and one Mr. Jackson Dart, the quarterback for the New York Football Giants. Jackson Dart having a day, man, out there. 22 or 32, 230 yards, 2 touchdowns on the day. He ran the ball pretty well. He ran the ball smartly. Not getting blown up, not just sliding, getting down, getting out of bounds. So that's a positive. I'm talking about another positive. I'm talking about what's another failure of this coaching staff and why this coaching staff needs to go. Okay, our leading receiver was today, right? Our leading receiver was our kick returner and punt returner specialist, one Mr. Gunnar Olszewski. 8 catches, 102 yards. In one game today, in this game today, he's probably had more. He's had more career yards probably than damn near as much career yards as Jalen Hyatt in this one game today, one performance today. And the thing is, in his flashes when he's been a part on the offense, you see pretty positive things from this guy. I'm not saying he should be a regular on the offense because he's obviously a special teamer for a reason. But the thing is, clearly you have to see in practice that this guy kind of gets it. This guy has that kind of moxie that he's just kind of that guy. When he's on the field, you're going to get everything he's got. And
Miz asked the link.
Whether he's a part of the offense, I got him. Whether he's a part of the offense or whether he's a part of the defense, you know what I mean? Or part of special teams. This guy's a football player. He just wants to be successful. He's going to give you. He makes the tough catches. Jackson Dart threw that one pass right in the middle, in the heart of that Cowboy defense. Gunner with the great hands holding on to that, taking the hit and getting what he can get. Man, like to me, players like that deserve more of an opportunity than what the New York Giants give them. And to me, it's just part of what I mean about how this regime is a failure. It's an absolute failure.
Absolutely.
Links in the chat, Miz. But
I agree with you. And I'm not mad at the players for going out there and giving their all because they don't know where they're going to end up next year, right? So they got to put whatever they can on film in hopes that if they're not here, somebody picks them up. So I'm not mad at the players. Shout out to Dart. Shout out to Olszewski. Tyrone Tracy. All them guys. You out there doing what you're supposed to do. I'm mad at the coaching staff and the organization itself for being this bad for this long. Okay. It's hard to defend a team that you're a diehard fan of when they barely give you any fucking ammo to put in your gun to fight back with. It's hard, and to make content week in, week out for a team that has just gone out there and shit the bed, it's aggravating. And I made a comment last year that I would no longer make Giants content as long as Dable was the head coach. And, I'm glad he's no longer a part of this organization. But shit, we need a coaching staff that is adequate, that is excuse me, that is capable of running an NFL team. And I'm really hoping that this coach search produces that so that I can get back to making great Giants content because this shit is hard to do, man. It's when you got a trash ass organization that keeps wetting the bed and giving you all types of behind the scenes drama and gossip and whispers and rumors and no concrete wins. It's hard to make content about that stuff and be consistent with it.
Mhm. You ain't lying, bro. That's what I'm saying. I'm getting back. I made a vow to get back on my grind in 2026, but just right there, like what you just said, it's tough. It's tough to keep coming out here constantly week in and week out, and I'm having to speak more positively about the dumbass Philadelphia Eagles and Cowboys and whatever Commanders, even you know what I mean. Than my own goddamn team that I love, the New York Giants. That I got to keep talking. All I can speak of is negative shit because that's all they give me to talk about is negative shit. Like it's this. This is yeah, this team is crazy to me, man. And today, like you said, it's not on like you said, it's not on the players because the players, like you said, are going to play hard. Like that play, Jackson Dart to Bellinger, that touchdown pass, that is just
That
that's the kind of off script type shit
that was
that
very
made a
Mahomes
guy like
like.
that's what I was gonna say. That made a guy like Patrick took the around my mouth, made a guy like Patrick Mahomes, the guy he is right now. And I'm not don't misinterpret what I'm saying. I'm not calling Jackson Dart Patrick Mahomes. I'm just saying that you know what I mean? Because people will say, "Oh, you're fucking crazy calling him Mahomes." No, I'm not calling him Mahomes. I'm just saying
They don't
that's the
understand
kind of
English. You just made a
that's
comparison
yeah,
about the processing factor of that. You got
exactly.
less than a split second to make a decision, and you can't drop back, get into form, and throw off your back foot like you need to, like they want you to. But you got to make this play happen somehow, right? And you got a split
Exactly.
second, and I'm gonna shovel it to Bellinger, and he's gonna get in there. That is the type of wherewithal and quick thinking on your feet that it takes to make the difference between the greats and the good. Okay, now
Exactly.
you build around this guy, you give him a cast that can keep up with that great, then you have a great team.
Yeah, it's like today. You come into this game today. Obviously, you know Malik been out for the season for weeks. Obviously now, and then to get the announcement yesterday, Wandale Robinson was going to be out for this one as well. So you come into this game, Darius Slayton, wide receiver one today, 4 catches, 34 yards. Now I know he got one. He got a touchdown call back. To me, that was a terrible penalty, but it is what it is. I mean, 4 catches, 34 yards, but you got a guy like Gunner, like I spoke of earlier, stepping up for 8 catches for 102 yards on the day. I mean, these are the things, like I say, the coaching things where what are you not seeing at practice and not realize that you got some players on this team and you just got to put them, you got to insert them and put them in the lineup and trust these guys to go out there and get it done. I mean, here's where I come at with the thing about going out there competing. Guys are going to go out and compete obviously. But we got guys that could have been evaluating a little bit. We've never seen Turbo Miller in a regular season New York Giant game, but yet we're sitting here watching Turbo Miller on the sideline in street clothes. Why? It's week 18. Get the kid a shot week 18 to see what he brings to the table in a game day situation and in a real game. Uh, Thomas Fedoni, we've been banging the table to see him in meaningful minutes on the field at all, and we haven't gotten it at all. Like we don't know what these guys are because you're not even trying to see what they are. You're not even trying to take a look. I don't. So yes, please tomorrow. Let me wake up tomorrow, or when I come home from work tomorrow morning, and and come out wake up out of my sleep. Well, please let me see that these Giants have gotten dismissed this coaching staff. Just the whole damn staff. Just don't sugarcoat it. Don't try to act like, oh, we might keep you around, keep you. No, get rid of all of them. They've
Get out
all failed
of here.
as a unit. They've
The
all
fuck out of
failed as a
here.
group. All of them.
Hey, I
So
got your coaching staff right here.
so
Nah,
yeah.
for real.
Oh.
You know, who knows? We might give Spags a second chance, is the rumor I'm hearing.
But I don't know. I mean, I don't know what his interest is in leaving Kansas City, but
For a head
he's
coach position, he will. He won't
yeah.
leave.
I
He
mean,
won't leave to be a defensive coordinator because that's a lateral move, and he's at a winning team. But if they're gonna give him a head coach position, he'll leave. That's more money. It's more prestige. It's your name alone at the top, not Andy Reid and then you. So
I'm not so sure. I'm not sure how I feel about Spags though. Right now, I kind of want somebody completely unassociated with the Giants in every way. He's never played for the
oh
Giants.
no, I agree. I'm just
Ain't
telling you the
never coached
rumors
for the
that I
Giants.
the rumors that I keep
Hey,
seeing and hearing and reading. I'm like, oh
I hear that
Lord.
because last thing I want is another coach, another guy coming in here with New York Giant ties that being like, okay, we're going to do everything the New York Giant way. No, we need a motherfucker to come in here and change this shit completely around. The New York Giant way ain't working. So we need somebody else to come in here and change that shit around completely. Complete 180 here we need. So that's why I kind of I'd be upset if we hired anybody right now, to be quite frank. And that's not to have any, I don't want to shit on the opportunity of Antonio Pierce potentially could have to be the next Giant coach. I don't want to, I don't want to shit on anybody's opportunity, but I just want a completely fresh face in here, something new that's going to lay down some new roots in this motherfucker. Plant some new seeds because it's this has been a mess. And whatever the New York Giant way is, it's broken and it don't work. It don't work in today's NFL. And I'm ready for it. I'm ready for something new and fresh, man. And I can't wait to make
There,
content about that
there is no New
starting
York
starting this
Giant
week.
way. The New York Giant way, the New York
With Tom Coughlin. All we've had since then is a very, very distasteful wannabe New York Giant way, which has not measured up in any shape or form. Um, the New York Giant way walked out of this building with Mr. Coughlin because we have not been disciplined, we have not been structured, we have not developed players, and we have not had good coaches since that man's departure.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much where we at. That's like you said. It's been. I mean, his last couple of years wasn't so great either. But at the same time, this team was still respected around the league. We weren't necessarily a great team anymore, but we were still a respected team. We're
Well,
not
and
even that anymore.
and I would say that some of that falls on Jerry Reese for Coughlin's last few seasons because
Oh,
when you see
absolutely.
Justin Tuck, Human Yura, and all of these guys aging out or going somewhere else, you're supposed to replace them guys before they leave and develop them guys up so that in the event that these guys do age out or retire or get traded, you already have their replacement in house. You're not at the last minute trying to draft a stud to replace him, you know. And when we won that Super Bowl in 2011 and guys started leaving the team, we did not replenish those guys. We did not replace those guys. Sorry, excuse me. We did not replace those guys with adequate substitutes. We went
We
and
did not.
threw. We went and got a wide receiver in OBJ. We didn't replace the line. Soon as Eli would say "hut," there would be two or three guys in his damn face. We didn't replace David Deal. We didn't replace Chris Snee. We didn't replace Sean O'Hara. All of those guys that left were Eli's blanket. We didn't replace him.
I mean, I couldn't. I mean, I don't totally agree with you. I mean, it's just it's Giants are notoriously guilty of holding on to guys sometimes too long, and it ends up biting them, man. Because like you said, we're trying to get a guy right now just come in and expect this a massive production out of maybe some rookie that you just drafted to replace, like I said, a Justin Tuck, for instance, or something like that.
Mm,
You know what I mean? And you just not. You said that's not even fair to put on a young player to
right.
expect them to come in and be able to match that.
The big shoes to
It's
fill.
it's like the 2016 season, Jerry Reese's that season, the Giants. You bought a playoff berth, basically. You went out there for agency and spent all that fucking money, and you got
Olivier
those
Vernon,
Olivier and Snacks
Snacks
and
Harris. Yep.
Jenkins, Norris Jenkins. You got those guys in, and then that one year, sure, we made a good run, went to the playoffs, and and should have won the playoff game if it wasn't for our wide receivers being stupid. But yeah, but yet here we and then it just fell right back apart again because that wasn't real. That wasn't like a longevity move. That was just let me save my job this season move. And that's just that's desperation, you know what I mean? Like that's just what it was. And we've just been a mess, man, ever since, man. Like I said, but it just hurts not getting that pick, the number 2 overall pick, because like I said, with the quarterback in place, having that pick is so much more valuable to be able to get assets and acquire assets for it, because you got the quarterback already square. You're straight there. You know what I mean? We ain't got to worry about that right now. We're not necessarily in the big market for one of those guys. So you just get what you can get, man. And like I said, we don't have what is this? What pick round? We're not third round pick. We don't have, I think, or something like that. I think we don't have a third.
Yeah, we don't have a number 3.
So it's like, yeah, I mean,
Well, no, I'm sorry. We have a third round pick.
so number 2 we don't have.
No, it's just we remember we had 2 3s. We traded one of them away.
I thought we didn't. I thought third round we didn't have one, but
I could be mistaken, but I could have swore we traded one of our 2 3s away and still had one. Let me see.
I don't know, but I just not really all the way sure yet. I ain't looked that deep into it yet. But this is New York Giants 4-13. There you go. You 4-13, Giants. There, you just had to get that one more win in on the season. Just needed that. Needed that, man. Needed it so much. I don't know. Anybody here right now that you expect to absolute, other than the obvious? I mean, obviously we know we're not seeing Evan Neal back here next year, but or anybody else you expect maybe that you see on this roster right now that you expect to definitely not be back next year?
Anybody on the team other than Evan Neal?
Well, Evan Neal's obvious. He's an obvious choice. We know he ain't going back.
Right. I don't know what is that? We had Fidone and Mainhurst. What's the tight ends? Manhurst and Fidone. I don't expect to see Manhurst back here. I don't expect to even see Turbo Miller on the practice squad next year.
If I was him, I wouldn't even want to be on the part of the Giants practice squad next year. I would be like, you're not giving me any opportunity ever. So I'm not getting an opportunity with this team. So
and
go somewhere.
You trade up to get a wide receiver like Jalen Hyatt, who you've barely used. So you haven't even allowed him to develop trade value because he hasn't been on the field. So that's probably a draft pick and a trade that we traded away to move up for a guy that probably won't be here next year as well.
Yeah, well, I think he needs to be gone, because one thing where I'll give you with the Jalen Hyatt thing is that when he's had opportunities on the field, he's always fucking up. Like always fucking up. And that's a constant thing. I mean, the interceptions New York Giant quarterbacks have thrown this season, about 3 or 4 of them have been Jalen Hyatt's fault. And just kind of, to me, he's a liability on the field, and that's part of probably why they finally just cut the cord on that this year and just pretty much stopped playing him, because he's a constant liability when he's on the field, I feel like. And he needs to go. He does not need to be a part of this anymore. There's no reason for him to come out and be on the New York Giants in the spring.
He was like our Evan Engram 2.0. He kept popping it up to the other team.
Yeah, he just needs to go. He needs to absolutely go. He needs to. I've seen all I need to see from Jalen Hyatt as far as I'm concerned.
He was about to say Evan Engram.
Yeah, and even if he goes somewhere and blows up a little bit, I don't care, because he wasn't doing that shit here. It wasn't.
I got a question for you. Do you think Isaiah Hodgins will be here?
No, not next year. He might come in and be on a practice squad or something in the spring, be part of Well, I don't think ultimately when it's all said and done, I don't think he's going to be part of the
53.
Yeah, I don't think he's part of the plans going into the start of next year or nothing like that. Another guy that's a bubble guy for me that's questionable is one Mr. Kayvon Thibodeau. He has to understand that Oh, what's going on, Blaze? Good to see you in here, man. Appreciate you popping in. Happy New Year's to you, man.
Happy New Year's,
Congrats
brother.
on your win. I love seeing the Cowgirls lose. I appreciate that. We like seeing the Cowboys lose too, man. But today we kind of wouldn't have minded taking that L to be quite would
Facts,
have rather
yo.
had the number 2 overall pick personally.
Facts.
But it's a win. I guess it's a double-edged sword, win-win, I guess, in a speak, because it always does feel good to beat the Cowboys. But yeah, back to what I said. Kayvon Thibodeau, man, is an interesting person to me because I think his issue this off season in contract negotiations is going to be, does he think too highly of himself? You know, and does he understand that you're not going to get paid remotely in the ballpark of like the Aiden Hutchinsons and all those guys, because you have not produced remotely in that way. And
No, he has not.
Blaze, real quick. Nah, what it is because with the win today, the Giants are now not even number 2 pick now. They fell on all the way down to number 6 now. So yeah, they're not even sitting in number 2 spot. So that's
And it
why that's
doesn't matter, Blaze,
what the win
because
hurt them for.
if you hold the most coveted pick in the draft, the number 1 pick, and you don't need that quarterback, then you are in the driver's seat to trade that pick and get as many assets as you possibly can from that trade. So whether
Yeah,
you need the quarterback now or not, it's smart business wise to keep that pick and trade it away to get maybe 3 or 4 picks out of that 1 pick. But no, our boneheaded GM who don't know how to fucking draft his way out of a wet paper bag with scissors in his hands doesn't know how to fucking convey a message to the team that, hey, you know, let's rest this guy. Let's not even dress this guy. Let's put unrelated reason why this guy's not starting, and let's go ahead and keep this pick so that we can acquire some assets. No, we're not even smart enough to do that.
yeah. It's yeah. We'll see. Like with a guy like Tibbs, like I was saying, he's I just don't. I hope he doesn't try to raise his asking price up more than, because I wouldn't mind keeping him around, even and it just as a rotational depth piece. Still, I know it's tough. But you got to swallow the pill with guys that aren't what you thought they were going
Pause.
to be. It's not. It's it's not that. It's not that. You know. I'm not saying, because it's tough, because you got to. He's number 5 overall pick. You want him to be a star for you for years. Well, if he ain't that guy, he just ain't that guy. But if he's still a productive football player, I have no problem keeping a productive football player around. You know what I mean? It's like the Wandale Robinson thing. Like, if you're gonna try to ask for too much money, then yeah, see you later, bye bye. But you're a productive football player. I wouldn't mind keeping a guy like that around. As far as like when it comes to this off season, we got a guy like Cordell Flott, who I think has made himself even more valuable to this team than even a Kayvon Thibodeau. And so I'm thinking like we got to figure out a way to try to retain. To me, he's more of a priority to me than Kayvon Thibodeau personally, the way I feel about it. I don't know how you feel about some of the couple of those guys, but he's a guy that I really want to keep around, because he really took the next step this season, and I was really impressed with what I saw from Cordell Flott a good part of most of this season, man. He's definitely been our best cornerback. Probably been our best guy in secondary period this season, I feel like. So I don't know if you have any thoughts on those guys.
I'm sorry, I was looking up the question you asked. As it stands right now, we're at number 5.
We're at number 5 now.
We're at number 5.
But I think Mike still can drop number 6. I don't know who's playing right now that might be able to affect that.
If
Maybe the Cardinals.
Washington wins, if Arizona wins, we can jump up to 4.
Yeah, if they win, they're probably not going to win though. They're playing against the Rams, so so it's not probably likely unless the Rams start sitting everybody. Blaze says a good point, Lou, but never want to lose a game. I'm a competitor. Y'all can still get a big quality at 6. I mean, I agree with that too. I mean, you can. But when you got an idiot as a GM, I like the layup a little bit more than the jump shot.
I know that's right.
So it's just kind of what it is. I mean, like you said, I don't want to sit here and be bummed out because we beat the Cowboys. Obviously, I like beating the Cowboys. It's just that I think there was a little more on the line here than being, and there's difference between being a 3-win team and a 4-win team. Just ain't enough of a incentive for me. But I thought Miz was gonna hop on, but I
He
guess he
is.
changed his mind.
Nah, he is.
Hmm.
He just asked me to send him your link because his Twitter got shut down for arguing with Pat and them.
No, I put it. It's in the chat. Tell him it's in the chat. He just got.
Oh,
It ain't
that's
that
right.
much.
It is in the chat, ain't it?
Yeah. But yeah, this is another tough year for the New York Giants. Another year
Whole
coming
decade
to
of
an
them.
end.
Over a
Yeah.
decade of tough years. Shit is trash,
But
man.
it's just, to me, it's just so many players. Like I said, we talked about a few of them earlier. Like I said, we talking about Jalen Hyde and Evan Neal. As far as I'm concerned, those guys can be gone. I have no use for those guys at all on this team. I don't even want them to be around this team. I don't want the stench of them to be anywhere near the Giants locker room, to be quite frank. As far as a guy like Deontay Banks, look like he's going to definitely be here at least another year. And he's, like I said, if he's not giving you value on defense, let's go all in with him on special teams, man. He's been, looks like he's a good compliment back there on the kick return team with Gunner, and he's been pretty decent on coverage teams as well. So I mean, just go all in and just suck it up. It is what it is. He's the number one over. He's the first round pick on a guy a few years ago that just happens to just be a better special teamer than he
We're
is a
drafting
defender.
him at number 3 overall, right?
Who not? Tay Banks was like he was towards the back end of the first round. Remember, we was coming off a playoff season that year. That's the year we came up.
No. We
That's the
got
year.
Malik Neighbors and then Deontay Banks. We got Malik Neighbors first and then Deontay Banks. That's right.
That wasn't the same draft. Remember, Tay Banks is when we was out in KC, right? Lou, he was the first round pick when we was out in Kansas City that year. He was the first round pick. He was like number 18 or something like that, maybe. No, not even. It was further along than that. It was further down. He was in the 20s, somewhere in the 20s. But yeah, that was the year we
Nah,
was
because
out in Kansas.
when we went to Kansas City, we got
Yeah, Tay Banks
Thibodeau.
was the first. That was the year before. That was the year before. Thibodeau and Evan Neal were the year before Tay Banks. That was the draft before. That was the draft. That was Brian Daboll and Joe Shane's first draft. Was Thibodeau and Evan Neal. That
Okay.
was their first draft
Okay.
in 2022.
And then we got so the second draft was Kadarius Toney and Deontay Banks.
Mm-mm. The second draft was hold on, what? No, Thibodeau and let me think. Hold on, Thibodeau and what you call was the
There
Kadarius
was
Toney was
5
a
and
Dave
7
Gettleman pick. No,
because they were
Kadarius Toney
no.
was
I'm saying Thibodeau and Neal were 5 and 7.
yeah, but Kadarius Toney was Dave Gettleman's last draft. That was 2021. That was Dave Gettleman's like last draft, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, absolutely, it was. Yeah, that was the year when we traded out. Remember, we could have got Micah Parsons, but instead we traded the pick away, traded the pick to Chicago, and traded down in the first round, and ended up taking Kadarius Toney.
No,
So,
Dallas and Philly traded and got Micah.
well,
So then we traded back
no,
because
that's not what
we
happened.
wanted Devontae Smith.
Dallas and Philly traded because Philly dumped in front of us to get Devontae Smith, and then Micah Parsons was still sitting there for us to draft, but we traded out of the pick and let Dallas
Right.
and,
Because
and,
we
let, and
wanted
the Bears
we
took
wanted
Justin
Smith.
Fields, and then
Yeah.
the Bears took Justin
Joe
Fields,
Shane wanted Smith. Yeah.
and then the Cowboys took Micah Parsons. If we would have just stayed where we was at, we could have had Micah Parsons. But these are the things the New York Giants do, man. Have done, and the things that Joe Shane had been responsible for in his tenure. Things like that you see, and you see how it played out. Micah Parsons, one of the best defensive players in football. Kadarius Toney, not even in the NFL. Enough said. Enough said about that. But um, but this offseason is gonna be interesting, man. I'm excited a little bit. I actually have been waiting to get to this point because the season itself has been so terrible. But I've been excited to get to this point and get to where we can talk about some stuff that might see happen. Free agency. Can't wait to see the free agents roll out, who the top free agents are, guys that might be interested in coming here, because I think New York Giants is not going to be as unattractive a landing spot as people might think. especially if you get the right coach in here. I think you get the right coach in here. This New York Giants could have a potential New England Patriots like turnaround just with the right coach. I mean, because I think there is talent on this football team. You
I
need the
believe
right coach to unlock it.
me and Miz were talking about that on the phone. That I believe we're a playoff contending team right now if we get the right coaches in the building.
I mean, you can look at this season alone and look at the games this season. I mean,
Yeah, we would have been 8-4 if we didn't drop them 6 fourth quarter leads.
yeah, it's just it's like you said. This shit. We could have definitely this season could have definitely been a lot better for the New York Giants. I mean, and the crazy part is it was in the beginning of the year when people were talking about when the schedule came out how brutal the beginning of the schedule was for the New York Giants, and that's when we were our most competitive. I mean, we were losing, I'm still losing those close games, but that's when we were absolutely at our most we're our most competitive.
We're putting up
And
25 to 30 points a game offensively, which is something the Giants haven't been able to do consistently for at least 4 or 5 years.
yeah, so it's just been crazy, man. So it's I mean, the fact that we played, I mean, both games against the Cowboys this season, we end up scoring over 30 against the Cowboys twice this season. I mean, both times. I mean, that's for the New York Giants personally, that's pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, the
Just for
first one
them.
we lost in overtime 37 to 40 with Russell Wilson at the helm.
Yeah,
Right? Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Russell Wilson had that big day. But
400
yeah, you
something passing yards.
look at these losses for the Giants. I mean, some of these close losses, 40 to 37 to the Cowboys, like you mentioned, overtime, 21 to 18. 34, I mean, yeah, 33 to 32 to Denver, 33, 34 to 24 to San Fran, 24 to 20, Chicago, 27 to 20 to Green Bay, 34-27 against Detroit. Another one that was went in overtime as well that game. I mean, and the Detroit, Green Bay, Chicago, Denver, and Dallas versus Dallas matchup, the Giants had fourth quarter double-digit point leads in the fourth quarter of those games and lost every single one of them. That is the difference between winning football and losing football. You got to be able to finish football games. This New York Giants team was never able to get that done this year, man. And it's like I said, another tough year, man. But well, if he coming in, he gonna have to come on in because I have to get ready to wrap this up pretty soon, as I got to get ready to get myself together for a long night of work. But
I gotta go paint the house tomorrow morning.
whew, I don't
All
even
by
know.
myself. Paint the whole damn house.
God damn.
And gotta be
But
done tomorrow night.
oh wow, good luck to that.
Oh, I'm gonna get it done. I do it all the time. I'm gonna get it done. Come home exhausted, take a shower, eat, go to sleep, and take my ass right to my regular job. Yeah,
Real
that's for my
good.
business. I paint houses and remodel homes for my business on the side, and then I work
Okay.
in HVAC 5 days a week, repairing heaters, air conditioners, and all that shit. But
I do want to
oh
say
man,
one more thing real quick too. Another quick shout out to not New York Giant related, something not necessarily New York Giant, but a quick shout out to Myles Garrett getting that single season sack record today, clinching it, getting the sack on Joe Burrow, which was eerily similar to the Michael Strahan sack on Brett Favre that clinched him the record years and years ago. This it was almost like kind of one of them. Joe Burrow kind of just kind of bailed out and like, "You got it, Miles." You know what I mean? But all good. I respect it. I respect it, man. I ain't trying. I'm Joe Burrow. I ain't trying to get fucked up by Miles Garrett either. If I ain't got to. You know what I mean?
I wonder. I wonder if there's gonna be a Mark Gastineau situation with him now. You see Mark
Oh man.
Gastineau run up on Brett Favre talking about you hurt me when you laid down for him. You hurt me, Brett. I said, damn. Pause, sir. That's
So yeah, I mean, so going to the off season, things to look forward to. Like I said, just seeing this coaching search play out, and just seeing how the roster, how Joe Shank will try to build this roster up. Unfortunately, I'm saying Joe Shane because, like I said, people, that's what it looks like it's going to be. Whether we like it or don't like it, that's what it looks like it's going to be. And not hearing anything about him getting fired or losing his position. And matter of fact, I've heard pretty much the opposite. So That's what it is. I mean, Eli Manning's the finals for the Hall of Fame again. So once again, he's at that finalist stage. See if he gets in this year. He absolutely deserves it, even though people can try to convince you otherwise. This is all hogwash. It's a narrative on Eli Manning that it just stinks. He deserves to be in the Hall because you do things he did in his career. People that have accomplished things he accomplished in his career, they're in the Hall of Fame. So he belongs in there too. Point blank and period. You can't just sit there and say all he did was win 2 Super Bowls. No, that's a stupid thing I ever heard in my life. Because that's what everybody that puts a uniform on is out there trying to do, is win a Super Bowl. And so many had to settle for not winning any. And this man that went out there and won 2 and was MVP both times. So let's get him in the Hall where he deserves to be. And we'll see how that goes. We'll find out that we won't find out that until February. But yeah, I mean, I don't really got much else. Just Jackson Dart. I personally think he seems to be not getting as much consideration for Offensive Rookie of the Year as I thought he would have been, which is weird to me. I'm finding that kind of bizarre that from what I heard yesterday, the receiver on Tampa Bay is like the favorite to win the Offensive Rookie of the Year award. This guy has done absolutely nothing for the past month plus of the season. He ain't even known barely even known he was out on the field for the past month or so of the season. So whatever, we'll see how that plays out as far as just for New York Giant accolades. I think Jackson Dart has a strong campaign. I mean, they were for even the all-rookie team. I mean, I saw an ESPN report the other day that had Jackson Dart not even mentioned as one of the 2 quarterbacks for the all-rookie team. So I'm like, wow. Tyler Shuck and Cam Ward, huh? I think they've been. I mean, I get Tyler Shuck has come on and he's been good these last couple of years, few weeks and stuff. And yeah, he's been really good for the Saints. But I mean, Jackson Dart has really put it down, man. And I think you got to look at the whole picture. Dart is playing with basically nobody. I mean, basically he's only played 2 quarters of football with Malik Neighbors. 2 quarters of football. So here's the Miz now. Miz, what's going on, man?
What's going on, Miz? Can you hear us?
I'm good. What's going on, guys?
What's up, man? Speak your piece, man. I know you got something to say, man.
How you guys doing? What I missed? Catch, man. I was having a hard time. I've been on it so long. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no,
just
go ahead. Whatever's on your mind. You speak whatever's on your mind, man. We didn't already be talking about pretty much everything.
What's one player that you don't expect to be back on this roster next year? Aside from Evan Neal, who do you see being gone?
Flott's going to be gone.
You think Flott's going to be gone?
Yeah, because I heard he's going to make $14 million a year somewhere, so we're not going to be able to give him that. And that's why, I like the kid, but what are we going to do? And that's going to make even bigger hole at the secondary. I know. Because we got Illuminar and Wandell as free agents, right? Also, the other receiver, Van Rotten, right? O-lineman. So that's 2 O-linemen, man. I'm not trying to break up this O-line. After 10 years, it's finally played pretty good. So
I can agree with that.
To, bring them both back. Definitely got to bring back Illuminar, I think. So you're going to have to pay him. You're not paying everybody, so...
Yeah, we can't lose our right tackle after the experiment gone wrong with Evan Neal. Illuminor stepped in and solidified that right tackle position. Van Rotten could have been better, but I mean he's done enough to keep this O-line solid this year and last year. What do you think about John Michael Smith? Do you think we'll be looking for a center this year, or are we gonna stick with the other guy? Forgot his name. The guy that. Slotman, yeah.
Yeah, no, they'll stick with those guys. Smith will be back. He was playing really good until he got injured.
Yeah,
so.
He was starting to step it up a little bit.
He's coming around, yeah.
But okay, so you mentioned a few guys. Let me see. Who would you put a priority on if you're the Giants general manager? You putting a priority on Flott, who you just said you think won't get back. You think we can't afford to bring him back. But Flott, Thibodeau, or Illuminor? Who's your priority out of those 3?
Well, hold on. Thibodeau has 1 more year, right? We picked up his 5th-year option.
We did. But
so they got to make a decision. I mean, if they want to extend him,
Forgot
just
about that.
play out the year. You know, Joe Shane tends to let guys play out the year, and then he finds himself in fucking trouble. So, you know, I like Kayvon a lot. If somebody comes along and offers us a really 2 good picks or something, you might consider doing it.
I absolutely would.
I'm prioritizing the first guy as Illuminar. I think we got to sign and bring him back, and he's going to get paid. So,
What's up, Alex?
Alex.
what's up, guys? I was talking. Listen, you got to prioritize Illuminar. You can't start messing around with the line again, man. Especially you got a young quarterback now. The O-line actually this year was ranked, like 11, 12? It's had a good year. So, I mean, you got to bring back Illuminar. As far as Wandell, dude, you might better be prepared. You might be prepared to lose Wandell because, again, Joe Shane elected to pay Slayton last year. And that would be the money that would be allocated to Wandell. And Slayton's here for at least, 2 more years because of that, right? Was it a 3-year contract?
Yeah, something like that. I think so.
That's a mistake because the guy sucks ass, bro. So, you know what I mean? So, it is what it is, man.
No argument from me. There's no argument there from me with that.
I missed this shit right here.
Absolutely not. Because I just was talking about that earlier on the show before you came on. Like, today was the day of all days. If a guy like Darius Slayton was a day for him to step the fuck up and be that guy. And here we're letting the receiving by Gunnar Olszewski, our kick returner.
That's another thing, Mac. I've been saying this for like 10 weeks. And I don't understand it. Again, we could get into this later, like how some of us knows more than some of these guys that are actually in the NFL. I don't fucking understand how they're in the NFL. How you don't see, and I said this all year long to my friend Buko. Olszewski could be playing receiver all year. Why is he not playing?
I said that. I just said that earlier. I said the same thing. I said this. It shows the incompetence of this coaching staff. That was one of the points I brought up. That shows it's the incompetence of this coaching staff, man. Because how do you not recognize the effort that he puts out on the field when he's on the field playing? Just like I said, he might not be the most athletic guy, the most talented guy, the most physically gifted guy, but when he's on that fucking field, he gives you everything he got, and you know you're gonna he got that dog mentality. He wants to make a play, and he's going to go out there and do it. And he has great hands. You notice that even in the preseason, he has great hands.
Like this. He's smart. He plays smart.
Yeah.
And he gives you something that other receivers on his team haven't been giving us for years. It's called yak. He catches the ball, makes a move, and picks up yards.
Absolutely.
And he reminds me of a poor man Welker. He's not Welker, but he reminds me of a poor man Welker. I don't understand why you can't find packages for this guy. Are you kidding me? You finding this out now in the last 2 weeks of the season?
It's crazy, man. You knew it. You saw what he was doing. Like I said, I know it was preseason action, but you saw what he was doing in the preseason, man. Should have already told you what this guy could bring to the table on offense. Like I said, we're not expecting him to go out there and, like you said, be, the man or anything, but damn.
Right.
He clearly could give you something, man. And he just wasted that away all season.
I'll be honest with you. A lot of people saying we need to get another number 1 receiver because Malik Neighbors is hurt, and we don't know how long it's going to take for him to come back to 100% next season. But I'll be honest, Wandell and Gunnar alongside of Malik Neighbors is a good trio. If Wandell is in the slot and you got Gunnar on the left and Malik on the right, or vice versa, however you choose to line them up, you got a good trio of receivers on the field. And even though you extended Slayton, considering that for the last 2 seasons prior to this one, he was our leading receiver, you might be able to put him up for a trade and get something.
Right.
I mean, I don't know, man. With them brick hands, I don't know who's trading much for giving you much for Darius Slayton, man. That guy's a disappointment waiting to happen every time.
Nobody's giving you nothing for Slayton because you paid him money that no other team would have paid him. You overpaid this guy, bro, big time.
Well, that just speaks to Joe Shane's ineptitude again.
Yeah, this guy. You paid Slayton.
No, I'm not with.
Now you're stuck with losing Wandell. It makes no sense. Now you're going to lose Wandell. I'm sorry. Wandell means way more to this offense than Slayton, right? We all know that.
What I'm saying with Gunnar is, I just think he needs to get more opportunities on offense. I understand like where you're coming from. He gives us more value in the return game, like what he's been doing, obviously. But I just think that he's a guy that especially given the state of the New York Giants receiving room in this particular season, could have been used a lot more and could have gotten a lot more opportunities.
He plays with hunger. He
Yeah,
plays like he needs this shit. He plays
it's
like
it's the
the
what you
heart.
can't coach.
Right.
It's what you don't have. It's what can't be coached into you. It's either you got it or you don't. That's
Like
that's where I'm at.
Tons
That's
and
where I'm at
tons
with
of
it.
heart.
He's one of those kind of guys that like it's he's got that heart. He's gonna go out there. He's gonna give you everything he's got every time. Like I was watching Rudy yesterday. As a matter, that's a good example. Rudy, the movie Rudy. You know what I mean? He's that guy. You know what I mean? He don't got the physical tools necessarily. He doesn't look like that on paper. But he's gonna go out there and he's gonna make you earn it. He's gonna make you work hard. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to. He's not gonna be an easy out for anybody. You know, and that's all I'm saying. I don't expect like saying like, make him be an integral part of the offense. I'm saying he should just have more opportunities than what he gets, especially given the state of this New York Giant receiver room. That's all. That's what I was saying.
He could definitely play the slot. He could definitely move the chains on like a 3rd and 5. He could definitely give you those fake end arounds or those quick screens, and it's gonna create for others. I don't understand. Like, yo, last summer I was talking about him playing a role as a receiver. I'm nobody. How does that?
I'll tell you the example.
Don't see that.
I'll give you the example. We were just playing these motherfuckers today. As a matter of fact, the Cowboys, the dude on the Cowboys, the little Cavante Turpin motherfucker. The way they use him in their offense, similar to that. Gunner could give the Giants offense something similar to that. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm talking about with a guy like him.
I believe
back next year. I want him back.
Absolutely. I hope he's back next year.
So, in my opinion, again, and I said this at the beginning of the season before we ever played a game, I still believe that Bellinger is our best tight end. So, based on what coach we get in here, I would love to see who they make our tight end 1 by the end of OTAs and preseason and all that. I would love to see who ends up being our tight end 1 because, in my opinion, Daniel Bellinger is the best tight end we have on this team.
Well, he definitely has better hands, I feel like, for sure. He ain't quite the athlete of Theo Johnson, but he has the better hands. I think a new coach will come in and make that more of an open competition. I think that was unfair to Bellinger this past offseason where it was just basically like it's just Theo Johnson's job pretty much. He never really didn't get a real chance to truly compete for that spot. But I can hear what you're saying. I want to see an open count. I want to see Theo Johnson actually earn that spot as opposed to just being given to him. He had a couple of big games. He's had some nice moments this season, but not consistent enough for me. His hands have definitely been all over the place. I mean, just about as bad as Darius Slayton when it comes to that, as a matter of fact. Just a couple better Jackson Dart's stats could be if it wasn't for Theo Johnson and Darius Slayton just dropping passes after pass after pass. I mean, Darius Slayton must have dropped about 2 or 3 touchdown passes this season from Jackson Dart, or something. I feel like
that guy I'm sick of him, bro. I don't know.
It's just crazy.
I just don't want to watch Slayton no more because he represents to me this losing fucking team that we've been for the last 5 years. So that's what he's. That's why I want to move on from a guy like that, man. Just
you're right. That's a fair point. He's the longest tenured New York Giant, if I'm not mistaken, and you're right. He's only been a part of losing. Other than the one season in 2022, go to the other than that one season, all he knows is losing.
Yeah,
I mean,
and he's very inconsistent, so inconsistent for a veteran receiver.
Absolutely.
What game was it earlier this year that he basically dropped the game by himself? He had like 3 big drops in that game. What game was that? Was that the Saints game?
No, I don't think it was the Saints game,
man. It made me sick. That was my final moment with him. That's when I was done with him.
But he's had huge drops. I mean, so many huge drops. It's hard to keep track of them anymore, honestly.
I'm gonna tell you this. Theo and Dart are developing continue developing because he's actually a good down the field receiver. Bellinger is a free agent. I don't know if you guys know that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it shouldn't cost.
new coach is coming in, and you're gonna have to
Oh,
allow
yeah.
the new coach to change some apples because he's gonna want it.
Well, yeah.
You know, so is Bellinger gonna be in next year? I don't know, bro. I really don't.
He may not be. I mean, and for a guy like him, it might be better to just go out and get a fresh start. For a
You know
guy
what's
that I think,
mind-boggling to me? I thought that this was the year. I thought now this free agency coming up was the year that we had like 100 million. What happened to that? I thought we had a lot of money for this. That Shane cleared everything up to go crazy this offseason. And it's not. We still trapped.
I'm not sure. I'm not really a numbers guy, so I'm not really sure.
We
But-
can ask Big Dash about that one. Dash tracks the money.
He's actually on right now on his channel, yeah.
But
Shout out to Big Dash and all of the great
definitely.
content creators. Make sure you go subscribe to Mac, the Giants fan. I know he's got to get ready for work in a little bit, so I know he wants to wrap it up. Make sure you go subscribe to Mac, the Giants fan, man. That's MDGF77 on YouTube. All right. Make sure you go subscribe to Stevie Mizrahi right there. Okay. He's got 2 YouTube channels, I believe. Subscribe to the one with the most subscriptions. Okay. Don't go subscribe to the one with like 20 subscribers. Go subscribe to the one with like 500.
Look. Yeah. I think we right now 6. Depending on what Arizona and Washington does right now.
We're at number 5 right now.
Yeah, but we're waiting on. That's what I'm saying.
yeah, wait for the
Arizona
results of
and
the
Washington both
Washington.
playing right
the
now.
Washington game. Well, I
If
think
Arizona wins, we jump up to number 4.
You'd like to
Yeah.
think Washington can take care of Philly today, seeing how Philly's
They're
playing
losing.
absolutely
They're losing
no one.
7-0, I think, but
It's 7-0. It's tied up now. I think.
yeah.
I think it's tied up now.
What's up, Ralph? And it's 3-0
Copy
in the
that.
Arizona game. So Arizona.
Rafael.
So I don't know. It's
that's
going to
what
be a lot of
happened.
questions to be answered.
I'm not really mad about today, to be honest, because I'm a big believer in doing the right thing. And I know a lot of fans are mad because they think the Giants are not doing the right thing. They should lose on purpose. But the right thing is to treat the game with dignity, which the Giants have the last 2 weeks. It means something to a lot of these young players to win some football games. They haven't had a taste of that. A lot of these players are going to come back. This team is young, so we're going to get most of these players back. And I'm going to take a positive out of this. We got a special quarterback in Dart, man. I'm watching the way he plays, bro. And he's doing it with subpar weapons right now. So I'm excited about this kid.
Nah.
The biggest thing in this offseason is we got to get a real head coach with a real staff. That's it.
I mean, I agree with you. What you just said, man. Only like I said, my thing about the dignity thing, what you said about dignity and play, I respect the hell out of all of that. My thing is, there's a way to still do that and still accomplish your goal, though. And like I said, you got guys like Turbo Miller sitting on the sideline, the street clothes. Why not give Turbo Miller a shot, man, and see what he can do in a regular season game, and see what he might bring to the table on a Sunday. Like I said, where's Thomas Fedoni been at all season long on the field, getting any kind of opportunity to see what he brings to the table on game day? I mean, that's all I'm saying. Like they could have still done all of that, and then if we win, we still win, whatever. But work some of them young guys in, man. Let's see what you got. Like, look at the other teams around the league have been doing. If you notice, other teams around the league have been doing that. They've been playing a lot of their young guys. Look at the kid today running for the Cowboys. I mean, I know he was hurt most of the year anyway, that kid Jaden Blue, but still, they made it a point to give him reps today to see what they're working with. A 7th round guy they drafted in the 7th round of the draft. They just wanted to see what they got in this kid, and that's what the New York Giants haven't been doing. I feel like you got too many young players that you don't know what they really are, and then it's all just a mystery. You might have that guy you're looking for already, and you don't even know it. You know what I mean? And you haven't even seen it. Like, can Fedoni be a red zone threat? We don't know because he never got an opportunity. Never got an opportunity. So can Turbo Miller be that dangerous little running back out the backfield in the screen game? We don't know because he never got an opportunity. You're not giving these guys shots even when you should be.
I believe that Turbo Miller, Cam Scatterboo, and Tyrone Tracy are a triple threat at running back. I would not mind one bit if we got rid of Singletary and kept Tracy, Turbo, and Scatterbull. Because
I mean, I could.
Singletary has fumbled so many times in the last 2 seasons that at this point I just don't trust him.
I mean, I can see. I mean, this year I'd be more okay with like letting Singletary go ahead about his business now this year. But I did think it was important to retain him this year, and because it was a very young running back room, and you needed that veteran guy, like a leader kind of presence in there. So I think it was probably good to retain him this year, just for this past season, and he still was pretty overall pretty productive for the most part. I mean, for what it is. But yeah, I'm more. I think this backfield is more about the Cam Scatterboo and Tyron Tracy thing. I was talking about it last week a little bit on the real on the me and Adam show on Wednesday, and Lord have mercy, what's going on? And I was talking about that a little bit about how we never really got to see the Cam Scatterboo Tyrone Tracy kind of combination in the backfield because Tracy got hurt earlier in the year. That's what which opened the door for Scatterboo in the first place for the most part to start getting more touches. And then by the time Tracy came back, Scatterboo was going down for the year.
Hmm.
So we never really got to see the two of them and see that kind of like that thunder and lightning type of what they probably could bring together in the backfield. We never got to see that all come together, man. What is going on, Capitan, man? I ain't got much time left, but if you got anything to say,
And
go ahead
don't
and
come in
speak
here
it, man.
talking about the Raiders. We watched y'all tank. You know what I'm saying against us. Y'all kept all y'all players out so y'all could steal that pick. So don't come in here acting like the Raiders is hot shit. What's going on, Ralph?
Definitely very good, but not very much because I understand this is the last week, but right now it seems like this is being like a crazy weird from the week number 18. But I guess that we had different incomes right now because we had to move to get involved with the defense and the offense. So there's not much time to get involved with the cast pace. And I know that between from like both teams, like Raiders and Giants, they had to figure it out. How about like the system around for the defense and the offense because they had to ball a lot of things more.
All right. Well, yeah, I do got to get ready to wrap it up, guys. You guys have any last thoughts that you want to say before we close it out, man? You guys speak whatever your final thoughts, Jerry Springer style.
Make sure you go subscribe to Mac the Giants fan on YouTube. Don't be ninja watchers. You heard? All right. This man grinds hard every week to make sure he brings you the True Blue Aftermath, the NFC East Roundup, the Premium Takes podcast, one of the hardest working guys on YouTube and social media, man. Make sure you go subscribe to Mac the Giants fan. Subscribe to G Nation Inside Sports. That's myself. Definitely go subscribe to Mizrahi. We need to get this man to 1,000 subs already. I don't know what is wrong with you football fans. If you haven't checked him out, you're living under a rock somewhere. And if you have trouble understanding English and you want to learn the game of American football, there's none greater than Rafael, okay, El Capitan Rafucho, giving you all the ins and outs of the NFL in Spanish, okay? So make sure you go subscribe to all of these great content creators, and we will see you back sometime next week for just giving you a wrap up of the season and how everything played out and what to look forward to in the playoffs. And that's it for me. Take it away,
I
fellas.
appreciate that, but don't leave yourself out, bro. Make sure y'all go sub to Big Lou too at G Nation Inside Sports, man. Definitely be grinding with that leather to the face and all the New York Giants content. Definitely go sub up to Big Lou, man. I mean, look. Life be taking over sometimes. You got to handle our life, man. YouTube ain't paying the bills, so I gotta. I try to be as consistent as I can, and I plan on being a lot more consistent in 2026 with it, man. But the Giants need to give me something to make some positive content about because I'm so tired of the negative content, man. I'm so tired of it. I want to
And
be able to. I want to get back to talking shit again. I want to talking shit again when I talk football with my boys. I want to be able to talk shit again, like with them. I'm tired of listening to them talk this Eagles up and all this other shit, other teams up. I want to talk that shit again and it actually be for real, not just where I just know I'm just blowing fucking smoke up your ass. I want to be able to talk that shit.
And the big blue crew has not gone nowhere, baby. We still right here. You see it, okay? All them other imitators, they ain't us. So make sure you subscribe to the Real Sports Network on YouTube. You heard? Big Blue Crew Sports Network, Hardcore Sports Network, man. And y'all know what it is. Stay locked in for all the greatest sports content on social media.
Most definitely, man. Miz and Raphael, if y'all got any final points real quick, man, before we go? Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you, I know it's gonna be like at a short time, but thank you, and of course, Big Brother Lou, you got a great point, because if you really understand about the language barrier, my channel is completely able to do like something about the play-by-play in Spanish. So I just wanted to tell you, thank you guys. It's been like a good year, which is 2025, and right now I just wanted to tell you, shout out to those amazing content creators. Even as a Raider fan, I understand that Giants won against Raiders, so I had no problem with that.
I do. Y'all should have played hard instead of playing to lose and taking our damn pick, mother.
But I just wanted to tell you, shout out to all these amazing content creators right here. So I just wanted to tell you, God bless you all. And of course, Capitana Fucho is not going to leave it, because it's going to keep the content not only for those Spanish who's watching the NFL, but also the combat sports, basketball. I just wanted to tell you, thank you guys. And of course, keep it up, the great work. And of course, great mentality, leadership, and of course, a lot of discipline. Make that the key for the success.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Miz, Mr. Athletic Director, what you got?
Anything?
I'm good, man. I don't know. We're just gonna go into another season. We're gonna do the same shit over again, and we all gonna fight with each other.
No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not.
Let's see what happens tomorrow. Let's see if we get some new coach openings tomorrow that might, put smiles on our faces as New York Giant fans. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, but we're gonna get a coach, and half of the people are gonna say he's too fat. The other half are gonna say he's too fucking colored. The other guy's gonna say he doesn't. Nah, but for real, I'm excited for next year. I know it's far away, but I do think the Giants are like really. I mean, you look at the games they lost this year. Earlier in the year, they were competing with some of the best. So I don't think we're far off once we get healthy again. So positive note, we're going into the draft. We don't need a quarterback because we got one. We got to get a real deal head coach that's going to man these kids up next summer. And I think the Giants will be a little easier of a schedule than it was this year, because we did face the most brutal schedule in NFL history. But again, it may make them boys into men. So I'm excited to see who this coach is that's coming. And that's what I'll leave it on. Positive note.
Very, very excited for that as well, Miz. Thank you, everybody, once again, for tuning in. Make sure y'all go to all these great content creators and sub up. Go to Big Lou Inside at G Nation Inside Sports. Go to Miz. And go to Captain Rafi. Fujo, I'm sorry, on YouTube. El Capitan. I'm sorry, El Capitan. Make sure y'all sub up. Go sub up to Hardcore Sports Network as well. A bunch of great content creators putting together, covering everything from football, baseball, basketball, hockey, wrestling, boxing, whatever you name. Visit sport, they covered on the Hardcore Sports Network. So support those guys as well over there. And I'll see y'all, man. I'll be having that content coming, man. All-season content is uploading as we speak, baby. So I'll holler at y'all in 2026. It's going to be a big year at MacDaGiantsFan. Make sure y'all sub up, like, and ring that bell so y'all know when I'm dropping content. Thanks.
Pittsburgh, here we come.
I'd like to thank you all for listening. If you was feeling this, please take time to subscribe and smack them likes. Feel free to drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to ring that bell so you know when I'm dropping new content. It's your boy, MacDaGiantsFan. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at MacDaGiantsFan. That's MacDa Giants Fan.